feeling that I'd never had before. I'd woken early after dreaming about a colleague of Oz's, Gaz O'Donnell, who died in an explosion a year earlier. Oz had been so cut up about it. He adored Gaz, looked up to him. In the dream, Gaz was looking at me, smiling. "Don't worry, Chris. I'm here to get him when he comes over," he'd said. "I'll hold him. I won't let go." I'd woken early, gripped by confusion and dread. I'd spoken to Oz 2 days earlier, on the Thursday evening. He was exhausted after months working in blistering 50-degree heat, defusing one IED, improvised explosive device, after another, bomb after bomb after bomb. Oz had told me once that there were too many to accurately record, so they were classed loosely as jobs. Vehicles were few and far between, or simply couldn't be used as the terrain was unsuitable. Oz was almost always upbeat, despite the fear and the fatigue and the constant pressure. But this time, he sounded different, low. "I'm hammered, honey. I'm hanging out," he said. It was the expression he used when he was at rock bottom, drained, wasted. "The lads need to see I'm strong. They trust me and I won't let them down. But I've been away too long, worked too much. And if it's too much for me, it's too much for anyone." He was mentally and physically drained. "Come and get me. I just want to be home," he was saying to me. The hours had ticked by slowly that last day. "Just let him come home safe today," I whispered. "Let him come home." But the heavy, odd feeling wouldn't go away, despite the fact I was trying to be positive as I had been on the phone, joking with him that he was probably worried over nothing and was most likely just to stub his toe getting the hell out of there. Laird was so excited. His dad was coming back. It was a Saturday, Halloween. He couldn't wait to go trick-or-treating with his friends. I didn't take him swimming that morning, but let him get dressed as a little wizard. We went out to knock on the neighbours' doors, along with other mums and children from the married quarters in Winchester that we'd just moved into a couple of weeks before. By 8, we were home, Laird with a bag full of sweets and cakes. I bathed him, put him to bed, and read him a story. With every hour that passed, I felt a little better. Surely if anything had happened, I'd have heard. Oz, my beloved Oz, would be home soon. The heartache of months without seeing him would soon be over. By 9, Laird was asleep, and I was in the kitchen, getting out the wine and a plate for the Chinese food I'd ordered in. I was marking the last day on the ground for him. We loved Chinese. It was a treat. It was what Oz chose to eat the evening before he left. Afghanistan was a few hours ahead, so it would be gone midnight there. I was so proud of Oz, and chuffed that he'd soon be home with us, but was also annoyed with myself that after months of him being on tour, I had allowed myself to feel wobbly and silly that day. I was going to eat and have a glass of wine and think of him on the plane home. Life had been suspended while he'd been away, but once Oz was back, we could move forward with our plans and live out his dreams of a simple family life in Cornwall. Laird's voice called down the stairs. "I can't sleep, Mummy!" I went back up. He was too excited to sleep. I looked beside his bed at the chart Oz had sent him. He'd carefully ticked off the days his dad had been gone. To a 5-year-old, 5.5 months had been a long time. He'd put a tick next to the last one that evening. "Why don't you get into my bed, Lairdie, and I'll read you another story?" He loved that. It was a treat. He scrambled out of his bed and went into my room while I picked up his favourite book and followed. He snuggled down, and I sat beside him and started to read, still excited after trick-or-treating and all those sweets. A knock at the door. I looked at the clock. 9:20. I wasn't expecting anyone. Laird's face lit up. "It's Daddy," he said. "He's come early as a surprise." It would have been just like him. Oz loved surprising us. But not this time. "He's not coming till tomorrow, Lairdie." Our bed was under the window. I leaned over, pulled the curtain back and looked outside. The front door was directly below. 2 men in army uniform. I saw their hats. Green lids, they call them.